Hi, everyone. Welcome to Daily Revelations. Today is our last day in Esther 4. And wow, what I have to share with you today. I've read through this chapter just probably as you have 5 times already this week, and we'll read through it again 2 more times this weekend. And the one thing I asked you to study in the planner today was to look at Christians that are standing up in the gap for things that they believe in. And I never thought that person would be myself. And I always thought when I wrote that question that when people stand in the gap for God, they know why. God's asking me to stand in the gap, and I have no idea why. I have no way that I can say, this makes sense at all. But he's saying, stand here, stand firm. I am doing something. And that takes courage because we don't know, other than our relationship with God and that God has been trustworthy in the past, that he will be trustworthy when we obey and follow him in the future. So Esther's at a point that Mordecai tells her, this decree has been given. All the Jews are to be annihilated. This doesn't count you out. And Esther's saying, but if I go to the king, the protocol is, if he doesn't hold out his scepter, I'm dead. That's the end of me. This is the end of me being queen, of my life, everything. And Mordecai turns around to her, and I know we talked about this already, but I want to take it from a different angle. He says to her, well, if you don't, God will rise up someone else in that place to help the Jews. I have faith that God is going to do something, and he wants to do something big. It could be that you are in a place for a time like this. Will you trust God in that and do what goes against protocol so that God can do this? Because if you don't, God can't show up. It'll just be like, well, we just did this and yeah, that's it. I have a parallel to this that is amazing, and only God can do this. Studying the book of Esther, my daughter asked to study specific books of the Bible, and so Esther was one of them, and we just put them in the order that the books were in the Bible, and we ended up with Esther right now. Well, the name of my surgeon is Esther, and this has really touched me deeply because I'm asking her to go against a protocol that I know that she truly believes is important. And I get that. We had a very heart-to-heart discussion the other day about why she follows this protocol, and that makes so much sense to me. But on the flip side, here am I, like Mordecai, saying, but God says, what if this is the time that God wants to do something big? And I need to go against protocol and trust that he is going to do something even more through that. And I don't know what that answer is, but I do know that that's what he's asking me to do. And I'm praying for this surgeon because I know that God wants to do something in her too. And bless both of us through that willingness to walk away from protocol, which we see Esther in this book doing, and God changing the outcome of these Jews for the end of time. I mean, this is, as we learn as we read through Esther more, I'm kind of giving away the end of the story, is that this is a celebration that the Jewish people still have to this day, and over this victory. And I pray that because God is asking me to stand in a gap and say, no, I'm going to follow him. No matter what the protocol is for my breast surgery, I have to say no. I have to say, this is something God has told me not to do. I can't explain it, and but I will trust that he will be glorified, and that we will see it on the other side, whatever that other side is. So I love you all, and have an awesome weekend. We are going to start Esther 5 next week. I'm taking Monday off because it's a holiday. And then I'll be here Tuesday and Wednesday. My surgery is Thursday. I'm going to pre-record at the end of next week as well as the following week, just so I can recoup. But then I'll be back. So you'll have pre-recorded things on the rest of 4 or 5 and 6. And then I'll be back hopefully to do Esther 7 live with you. So love you all, and hope you're all doing well. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. Bye.